Hey, it's Lucas, and today we're going to be reviewing Atomic Sour Grapefruit from Peace Naturals. So according to Allbud, Atomic Sour Grapefruit is a cross between Chemdog and SFVOG. I've had Chemdog on the street, but I've never had SFVOG. In my opinion, Chemdog is not citrusy or fruity in any way. It's definitely gassy and it smells like chemicals. I can't say again for SFVOG because I've never had it, but I'm not sure where the fruitiness in this strain is coming from, if I'm honest with you. So let's just dive straight into it. I'm going to start out with the packaging. I feel like I've been leaving the packaging out recently. I don't know if I actually have, but for some reason in my head I feel like I've been leaving it out. So here we go. This is the pot that it comes in. On the front there it says Peace Naturals, 30:1 Atomic Sour Grapefruit, and on the side there you've got just a random mishmash of colours. This gives me grapefruit vibes. Like, I'll be real with you, this gives me grapefruit vibes. Grapefruits come in all those colours there, so I can see why they would put that on there. To me, I think this is nice. Like, it's kind of plain. The rest of it is very, very plain, but this splash of colour here breaks it up and makes it different from any other medical pot that I've seen so far. It manages to look professional, it manages to look natural, and to me, I think all round it looks good, so I'm going to give the packaging for this an 8 out of 10. I think it looks decent. So we'll dive straight into the looks of the buds now, and the only thing that's disappointing about this to me is the size of them. They're definitely all smalls. I don't think I've seen anybody get a big nug from Peace Naturals, if I'm honest. They're all smalls, but they are good looking smalls. From memory, they were mostly dark green, but covered in trichomes. Little bits of purple on there, I think, some orange hairs, and yeah, just overall, they look really, really good. Again, just I don't like that they're so small. I prefer medium-sized nugs. I'm not bothered about getting like a whole eighth in one nug, but just some good, dense, medium-sized nugs for me would have been perfect. So I've got to knock it down just a little bit. I'm going to give it 7.75. It looks good. Moving on to the smell of the whole nugs, for me, it changes every time I open the jar. Sometimes when I open the jar, I get a really sweet, citrusy, grapefruity smell with a little bit of nose sting there, and then other times when I open the jar, I get that same smell, but watered down and with a big hit of cookie in there, and I don't know where the cookie is coming from, but it smells alright, but it's not there all the time, I will say. Like, most of the time, it's the sweet, sort of nose-stingy grapefruit citrus, and just occasionally, I get a big waft of cookie in there. Today, I'm getting that tiny little hint of cookie alongside the citrus and the nose sting. To me, it smells good. I like it, so I'm going to give the whole nugs, again, 7.75. I'm going to stick with that. It smells good to me. Ground up, that smell is just amplified. It's 100% citrusy, grapefruit, pungent, nose sting, but it's also super sweet at the same time. Honestly, it smells amazing to me. I'm going to bump it up to an 8.5. I thought about giving it a 9, but I don't think I'm going to give it a 9 right now. I will say, after the bud's been in a glass jar for over a month, probably like a month and a half at this point, no Boveda pack from memory. I don't think I put a Boveda pack in there. Even though it did come with one in the pot, just preference, I think. I don't remember putting the Boveda pack in the actual jar. The medical pot smell is completely gone. I think there was some when I first got it, but now there's no plastic smell whatsoever. So as you probably know by now, when I medicate, I use a Mighty Vaporizer through a water pipe. I start at 160, get a few flavorful hits, and then I temp step all the way up to 210 until there's no more vapor left. I got this Atomic Sour Grapefruit as a daytime strain because I've had grapefruit in the past, just grapefruit by itself, and it was a long time ago, but that worked really, really well for me in the daytime. This, however, is a strong indica, so this has not been good for the daytime for me. This is 100% a nighttime strain. At 160, this produces no vapor whatsoever, but the flavour is incredible. From the first pull, the flavour is super sweet, citrusy, a little bit tart, definitely 100% grapefruit. It just tastes really, really good. Unfortunately, no vapor at 160 though. At 170, there's still not much vapor, but the flavour is offset a little bit by, it's almost cookie-ish. It takes the sweetness away. I know cookies are sweet, but it is a cookie-ish sort of taste underneath right at the back of your mouth, underneath the sweet citrusy grapefruit. It's almost bready in a way, maybe like a scone or something. Like, it's not sweet like a cookie, but it's not super duper savory. It's kind of like halfway between bread and cookies alongside the citrusy grapefruitiness. At 180, the flavor's getting a little bit more tart. That breadiness is coming through a lot more. The sweet citrusiness is still very much there though. It sort of reminds me, like, I don't know if this is, it's not niche, but I don't know if everybody's gonna get it. You know, like around Christmas time, you get cookies or biscuits and they've got like crystallized bits of fruit peel in there, like, or maybe bits of ginger or bits of orange peel, lemon peel, stuff like that. This is the vibes that it's giving me. Like, it's sweet, and it's giving me, like I said earlier, cookie slash biscuit slash bread type vibes, but definitely sweet citrus. So that's the kind of vibes that I'm getting, like around Christmas time, where you eat cookies that have got crystallized fruit in there. It's very much like that to me. Not 100% super sweet, but it's not savory, as I would use the word, or like gassy or pungent or anything like that. It's just very much citrusy and almost sour in a way. I suppose it is called Atomic Sour Grapefruit, so yeah, I will use that word. It's a little bit sour, it's a little bit cookie-ish slash breadish, and the vapor production is not that good at lower temperatures. As you up the temperature every 10 degrees, the flavour becomes a lot more bitter. It's still sweet, but it reminds me kind of like the bitterness of I don't know why I said that so weird then, almost like an Aperol Spritz. I know that's orange and it's not quite that bitter, but that seems to be the direction that it's going in. It's gone from being super sweet but tart, grapefruity, citrus orange, and then it went through a phase of being like a Christmas cookie, not spicy or anything like that, but just the way that it's sweet, and then you get the sort of hit of sour, crystallized sweet fruit. I don't know if any of this is making sense, but just stay with me here. And then as you up it more and more and more, the grapefruit just gets more bitter and more bitter. I don't know why I said it like that. As you can tell, I'm probably getting medicated right now. But it ends, to me, after starting out super sweet and fruity and then going through like a cookie phase, and then it ends like an Aperol Spritz. Imagine an Aperol Spritz, but sweeter and grapefruit, not orange. I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, that's definitely what I'm choosing. That's the flavour that I get all the way through. As it changes, I'm definitely medicated now. I can very happily say that this is the first bud on medical that has had depth of flavour almost all the way until the end. The flavour died off around 190 up to 210. There was not much flavour at all, but I'm very, very happy to say that the flavour didn't just die off completely after 160. Almost every other medical bud that I've tried has maybe a slight little bit of flavour, anywhere between 160 to 175, but as soon as you go past that, there's absolutely nothing and it's just dead. So this has flavour almost all the way through. I'm very, very happy about that. Not only does it have flavour full stop, but it's a flavour that I actually like, so I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 on the flavour. That is the highest that I've scored any medical bud so far, so yeah, if that tells you anything, 9 out of 10 for the Atomic Sour Grapefruit flavour. So moving on to the effects, this is 100% a nighttime strain for me. It's currently 11 o'clock in the morning and I have to go to work this afternoon, so hopefully it doesn't knock me out. But yeah, I don't like using this in the daytime because it makes me feel stupid. Now, I tried to explain the effects of this on a live the other day and I didn't do a very good job whatsoever. I don't think I'm going to do a better job now, but I'm going to try. So this really, really quiets my brain down. My conditions that I treat are anxiety, depression, and insomnia. My anxiety is just thoughts, just so many thoughts all the time racing around in my brain, and 99.9% of the time they're not good thoughts and they're mainly about myself, and that coupled with the depression and the anxiety and all the thoughts and all the negative thoughts, it's a shit time all the fucking time. So this right now, my brain is quiet and it's so bizarre. Every time that I vape this, my brain it stops. But the negative of that is that, say for example in the daytime, like now when I'm trying to explain myself, I can't produce any thoughts. So even when I'm trying to talk about something positive, I can't, like, my brain, it's not working, but it's not working in a way that I want it to not work. And I know this is where it gets confusing for me to explain. Like I've just said before, hundreds of racing thoughts, I don't want them. So I need something that's going to make my brain go quiet. And this is doing that. There's not a single thought between these eyes right now, as you can probably tell. and that's what I want. So in a social situation or during the daytime, this is no good, because I'm not going to be able to join in on conversations. I'm not one to put myself out there anyway. I will never probably start a conversation with a stranger. It's bad because I work in a pub, and obviously people come in and I have to greet them because I'm the barman. You know, I have to talk to them because I can't. With my regulars, they know what I'm like, so they come in and they'll say hello to me, I'll say hello back, I'll pour them the pint and they'll fuck off. And that's how I like it. It's not like a, oh, you don't want to talk to me, is a dickhead sort of thing. They just know what I'm like, so they know that I'm not good at conversation, and I don't want to talk to them, not in a mean way, like not in a, oh, you're a dickhead, I don't want to speak to you, just I don't have anything in common with these people, and I don't want to talk to them. So it's just a simple hello, and then that's it. Whereas if I vape this and I'm in my social group, my friends, or just even at home with my partner, I just don't want to talk to anybody. I'm just quite happy staring off. The other night I was going to play Stardew Valley, but I ended up vaping 3 capsules of this and being on live for an hour. And then after that I played the game, and I could just stare off and be in my own little world, and it's great. So this is not a social bud for me. Unlike, I can't think of any right now, but this is not a social bud. This is definitely a quiet, nighttime, relaxing, watching TV, playing a game, no stress whatsoever. My body feels good, and my shoulders feel relaxed. I can feel the weight in the heels of my feet. I kind of feel relaxed in my chest area, but those those relaxing body effects are there, but they're not what I focus on when I vape this. What I focus on mainly is just like there's sort of a heaviness. It feels like it's resting on my eyebrows, and my eyes are drooping a little bit, but not too much. I don't have to go to sleep, even though if I vaped a lot of this, it probably would help me sleep. But for me, this is just it's a quieting strain. It just stops everything going on up here. And for me, great. Like, it's strong, it tastes good, it smells good, it looks good, and it works for what I need it to do. Therefore, I've got to give Atomic Sour Grapefruit not a 9 out of 10. I don't think it's a 9 out of 10 strain, but I will give it an 8.5. So looks 7.75. If we had a couple of bigger nugs in there, it'd make it all the way up to an 8, maybe even an 8.5. Doesn't look bad at all, just I don't really like the really tiny small nugs. I like medium-sized nugs. 7.75. Smell 7.75. Again, I think it smells really nice, sweet and tart at the same time, really citrusy. Yeah, just good. Again, 7.75. Taste, I'm going to give a 7.5. It's good that it's there, but I think I just got a little bit carried away with myself for the fact that there actually just was flavour, so I wanted to give it a really high score. I do like it. It is sweet, it is fruity. I do like the sort of cakey notes to it. All of it's good, but I don't think it's anything above a 7.5. I'm going to give it the 7.5 just for the fact that there is consistent flavour all the way through, and it changes as you change the temperature, just like normal bud would. Normal bud meaning like black market, non-medical bud. So the flavour for me is going to get a 7.5 just because it's not my favourite thing, but I do like it and I am glad that it's there. In the effects, I'm going to give a 7.75. I would like a bit more body relaxation, but I reckon if I vaped a little bit more of this, then I could probably get those effects. But for now, I'm just going to give it a 7.75 overall for Atomic Sour Grapefruit. If you like this video, leave a like, leave me a comment telling me if you've tried Atomic Sour Grapefruit and what I should get on my script next. Is there anything that you want to see reviewing? Let me know. If it sounds like something I might like, then I might give it a go. Subscribe for more videos. Peace.